Hi, and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. Chautauqua is in town this week. I invite everyone to attend this great, interactive, historical event. And a delegation of Russian municipal and education officials came to Papillion. We'll tell you about that. The police department held a robbery prevention seminar for local businesses. You'll hear from one of the business owners. And every year, an Arbor Day poster contest is held for local fourth graders. We'll introduce you to this year's winner. All of this is next in City Happenings for the week of June 17th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Chautauqua makes a stop in Papillion. One of the first-person historical figures involved is Mark Twain.
My statement today would be to be fair, to be friendly, to do good works, to work hard. You know, I equate the word free to be the same as hard work, a good work ethic. So I believe that if you are determined to do something, you can do it, but you have to have the desire to do it. Sam Clemens, I think that it's phenomenal that the community is behind this activity and that they're promoting all of the events, the sessions, dedicating their time and energies. As I mentioned to you, I don't like work even when other people are doing it, but they're stepping up and they're bringing this to the community, they're making it available. I think it's a phenomenal opportunity to meet the people and the scholars that will be promoting these programs. Warren Brown would absolutely, I believe Warren is kind of a strange and unusual person. I guess that's me. So yes, I think that over the years I find that Sam Clemens and I have a lot of characters, relationships that are similar. I'm still learning, and Mark would say something to the effect that we have to keep changing for as long as we live. It's the nature of, I don't necessarily want to do something. I've developed my habits, and my habits are good for me, and they would kill anyone else. But there's a lot of wisdom to be shared, to brought, the synergy of everyone being together, working together, and stating the things that are being stated at the event will be dramatic. And I can tell you from last summer that it was a very exciting Chautauqua.
A delegation of Russian officials from various towns stopped at Papillion and learned how we do things.
I want to always support exchange of ideas, and that's really what it started out as. Would we host them? And I said absolutely. But once, what really hit me was how far we've come in such a short period of time. As we're starting to have the exchange with the Russians on ideas about local government, one of the things I wanted to do is for our department heads, the professionals, share a little bit about their specific area of interest. Sure. So one of them is our police chief is standing up to talk about policing. All of a sudden it hit me, our police chief, prior to being police chief, was in the military. He had the key, he played a role in the key to the nuclear devices. Where were those pointed? A couple of the gentlemen that were up from the Russian side had been in intelligence, in the military. They were probably doing the very same things. And now here we are having a dialogue, exchanging ideas of how to best practices. At the end of the day, we took them on a tour of the city so they could actually see a lot of the things we talked about. The bus driver was a full colonel of the Air Force who had been a pilot. It doesn't take a lot to assume some of those cities were probably in his targets. Here he is driving them around, showing them our city. You know, of everything we did, it was just how small the world has gotten and how we are now having cooperative programs and exchanging ideas so we can each become better. That's really the thing that hit me at the end of the day. A lot of the things we talked about actually were things we had in common. A couple of the gentlemen are from areas where they have similar weather. And I explained our standard for snow removal and how important that has become to the residents, the concept of 8-hour snow removal. They wanted to get down to the level of logistically, how do we accomplish that, because they may want to attempt to do some of those same things. They were very interested in our trail system and how we have the trail system interweaved throughout the city and interconnected with the parks, because a number of them have large biking populations, and so how do we avoid the conflicts with the traffic? They were very interested in public-private partnerships and how we work with the private side, or what are areas where private has full responsibility. And from the city, what do we do to either enable or inhibit that? So we had a lot of those types of discussions. Infrastructure, utilities were a very large discussion. Policing, fire, I mean, you just go a whole down the gamut. They need to provide the same services. In some ways, some of the cities are about the same size. A couple of the cities that were here are on metro edges like we are. A couple of them are rural and need to provide their services, but we provide our services. So no matter the context, we had a lot of similar conversations, and they were really hungry to learn, how do we pay for things? Where do the tax dollars come from? We had a lot of discussion about open communication with residents. How do we attempt to keep people informed so people understand what's going on within government? And funny thing is, we were talking about Russia, but we were talking about an environment of trust and how do we build trust with the residents.
The city police held a robbery prevention seminar for local businesses. One local business owner gave her thoughts.
I think it brings awareness. In Papillion, we oftentimes live in a world of no crime, and we're very blessed. And so therefore, it's not a top-of-mind awareness. And it needs to be top of mind with everybody, just from a security standpoint. You do need to lock your doors when you're in traffic and when you're parked. And you do need to be careful with how you handle money and who your customers are, for the safety of your customers more than anything else. Because we want to have at our facility especially, we want to make sure everybody is safe, family-friendly, and having a wonderful time. I think it just adds to their list of wonderfulness. They have always been very prompt in any calls that we make for whatever reason it would be, whether it's a child locked in a car or other minor things. We've never had any major reasons why we needed them, but they are there. And this just brings one more top of mind awareness of how proactive they are in helping our community stay safe.
Papillion's Arbor Day Celebration features a poster contest for fourth graders. This year's winner tells us how she felt about being named the winner.
I just felt really excited, and I don't know, I was just screaming inside. I really like to read, and since it was an Arbor Day contest, I just decided to draw a girl reading a book by a tree and enjoying all the nature around it.
Her poster is entitled, "Love Trees, Plant Trees."
I said that because I know planting trees is important and that people should love trees, so that's why I put it.
A huge thank you to everyone who helped make our 66th Papillion Days a huge success. So many staff, volunteers, and participants helped to make this event go. It's a major reason why Papillion is recognized as one of the best places to live in America. Keep up with what's happening in Papillion. There's lots of ways to stay up to date. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. And of course, information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.